of registering tools. I simply have in my offset page a storage facility. I wrote the numbers 1 to 21 on the board. Okay? Tool 1's length offset, I don't have, this is no longer a tool 1. We don't have height wear, diameter, and diameter wear all for tool 1. We simply have a list of 1 through 200. Okay? So when I have this, 1 is nothing more than a storage location. I'm going to put minus 7 inches in there. And when I call in an H code of 1 for tool 1, I'm going to have that 7-inch offset. For cutter radius, or what we call diameter comp, if we have the smart offset method, which you saw in there, we'd have a 1-inch diameter offset, and I would call in D1, wouldn't I? Does that make sense to everybody? In the normal non-option, it doesn't have that. If I call in a D1, I'm going to get an error because it's going to try to run a diameter comp of minus 7 inches. It's not going to work, is it? So what I would have to do is pick a different number to use my diameter comp. Anybody got a recommendation? What number do we want to use?
11.
11? What if I've got 12 tools? Huh?
Use 2 then.
Use 2? Then what am I going to use for height offset of 2?
20.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, and then you can use.
I've got tool stations for 21 tools out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to offset 51, and I'm going to have my 1-inch offset there. I may have an H1 and a D of 51, or 21, or 101, or 31. Guys, it doesn't matter as long as you put the right offset value in whatever number you're calling in. That's the key. Does that make sense to everybody?
When we're not using that out here?
When you're not using that out there. I have a little MCO Fanuc 21 mill over here at the little tabletop mill. It does not have the smart offset method. It has simply an offset table to where it just has storage facilities numbered 1 through 200. So you would have to have an H of 1, and since 1 is already being used to have it your length offset, you'd have to go to like a 51 or a 21 or a 31 to house your diameter comp value.
Can you write that in a line?
You betcha. It would still be a G43H1, but when I go to call in my G41 code, which is cutter comp on left, I would have a D51. I couldn't have a D1 because I'd be calling in my 7-inch value. The machine doesn't care if this is a length or a diameter or what. All it cares is when you call this number into a D or an H, it's going to compute based on whatever is stored there. And honestly, guys, that is the norm. Have you seen this?
No, they do it how, like you know, you wear offset, and then you have your tool height, and then they put their D at 0, and then like when I do a setup, I always put my D at 0, then I adjust it from there.